What's going on, Pokey tubers and viewers? Today we are talking about investing in shares of Pokemon cards. So, you might have heard about this before. This may be completely new to you. I've been dabbling with a couple applications on investing in shares of collectibles here for a few months. So, I figured it was time to give you a little bit about my info on my experience and talk about what I think about it and what are maybe some of the risks with that and explain these applications a little better. There are two applications I'm going to cover today. One is called Rally and one is called Collectable. You may have seen PSA had promoted the Collectable application. These are both really, so I'd say, pretty user-friendly mobile apps. You also can do some stuff through the website. I'm showing you the desktop version here today, and maybe later in the video I'll show you what the apps look like. I'm going to start off with Rally and then move to Collectable. Right now, Rally is the only one doing the Pokemon stuff. Collectable is just sticking to sports and sports memorabilia. I do see them eventually moving into Pokemon cards. This honestly might be the biggest risk to, like, where's all the high-end cards going? They're going to go to these collectible houses, and then they're going to piece them out and IPO them. So everything kind of essentially operates like normal company business in some aspects in terms of shares of product, IPO prices, trading, and everything. But we'll get into all that. I'm going to watch this little promotional video here on the Rally website. It gives you a little basic explanation of what they do. It's all there. You can buy into vintage cars. You can buy Harry Potter books, watches, a little bit of everything. And I think even they have wine. You can buy into vintage bottles of wine. So this is the overview. Assets to appreciate. Rally is a platform for buying and selling shares and collectibles. A lot of the stuff is items that the average person would not be able to afford on their own, which is kind of the draw for people. So they do all the sourcing and they IPO it. They turn it into a company, and then they have an initial offering where they give you the price, which sets the market price. So if they do $10 a share, 10 shares, they're saying that thing is worth $100, but obviously they're a lot larger, but keeping the math simple. And then after a 3-month period here on Rally, they open up trading windows. That is when you can put out a sale price or a buy price, and they'll match sellers and buyers together. So that'll either drive the market up or down. Now, right now, my experience the last 3 months between the two apps is things are only been going up. So everyone, once the window comes, people are wanting to buy for a higher price and people are wanting to sell and take the profit. I have not, from my experience so far, seen items go down in value, especially when I'm only really paying attention to the card market. I'm not looking at the wine and the vintage cars here. So you can get started with like little as like $20 or whatever it is. So you can see here, join us on the app. They're promoting right there on their screenshot the Pokemon set. This is the entire set. See the bid and the ask. So when trading is open, you can go up or down. So here I'm logged in. I actually don't have anything on Rally right now. I signed up for them later. I've been dabbling in the collectible app. I just wanted to be cautious with jumping in. There's so many options here. But you see they have memorabilia. It says preview coming soon, offering closed. You can see what the price debuted at. And you just can set alerts, which Rally app is a little more advanced, a little more detailed. You can set alerts for what you want. So these are memorabilia. They have an Apple computer, $825,000. They're doing some sealed items and stuff like that. So here is the Charizard first edition. That's kind of why I'm making this video, because this is like the big ticket item they have debuting at $350,000. It says Explore, PSA 10. I click Explore. They are going to offer that at, I think, $10 a share here. I have Notify when active on. You can see they're showing the prices moving in the last few years. They try to give you a little detail, a little quote to hype you up. I'm pretty sure on the app that says this is going to be $10 a share. On the calendar here, they have stuff coming out every single day. It's crazy. So there's a $19.99 Pokemon First Edition complete set on Tuesday, the 16th. Just stuff every single day. So let's click back on this Charizard quick. See if I get back to that. All right. Details. $10 a share. For $10 you can own part of Charizard. 35,000 shares. Now, one of the biggest differences in the two sites that I've seen so far is Rally says that they operate it like a company and they manage each item like individually, and there's cost with that, right? So I don't know if that ever really like is shown very well, but you're not paying to own it. Once you buy it, it just sits. The only thing that I'm seeing between the other two apps when we get to collectible is I'm not seeing Rally cashing these out. So that is like, I got to get this in the video early, is like the biggest risk to buying these shares is ultimately you are subject to what other shareholders want to do. Now, over on the collectible app, when they get in, someone comes in and says, hey, I want to buy that card from your collectible company, I'm giving you a buyout price. They send out a message to shareholders and say, should we sell? So unless you're a majority shareholder, you have no control over if they take a buyout option. But we'll get to that on the app on collectible to show the ones that have sold out, and you can kind of see how it's working. But that is the biggest risk to these. If you just only own one share, that share could be gone if they decide to flip it out to someone else, right? So they could basically take this card private by buying it all out at one shot. They'll come to them and say, we'll give you 400,000. We would get our profit because we bought it in $10 a share. It goes up in value. That's hypothetically. I don't see them, unless shareholders vote, going to sell for less, right? So they're not even going to source investments that are going to be for less. And that's really where that's at. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. So there's another one coming up for Pokemon. It's a sealed Japanese Top Sun box, debuting 60K. So I have alerts set for these. Now see, the only other thing that I have questions about, especially on the non-card basis stuff, all this memorabilia, it's very hard to get pricing on this stuff. Now Charizard, we know exactly where those sales are out. We could say, all right, they're charging a price that makes sense based on the market. This other stuff that they're selling, like a skeleton for a dinosaur, like, you don't know the sales history. They could have paid 15 grand and they're debuting it to us at 30 and making profit right off the bat. That's where I was reading through all the paperwork signing up that stuff was not really clear, and it really wasn't clear to how many shares that they're keeping for themselves or giving themselves, as a fee or whatnot. So you like, this says 35,000 shares available. How many shares are they keeping for themselves? I don't know. That hasn't been really clear anywhere. So anything basically Hypebeast is for sale. Eddie Van Halen concert guitar. All this other stuff. Now, the memorabilia stuff, to me, is not as enticing. I'm more on the card stuff. You could see the Pokemon Fossil Box debuted at 21K, offering close, and the Jungle was right around there at 35K, offering close. So those are already done. So trading is probably going to come up on those soon. So if you want to go on the app, you want to get on those boxes, you got to pay attention to that. It's just like a daily checking. So that's just memorabilia. I'll show you the comics and literature. You got Shakespeare. You got DC Comics graded by CGC. A whole bunch of different stuff. And then the cars, which is actually not something I would really buy. But you can click on Explore and look at the pictures. So you can see, look, trading close. So they had trading open at one point. This went up 10%. The Maserati went down 6%. And the Ford Mustang, based on trading volume, went up 174%. So this is a 7-up edition. So just let me show you this real quick. This is very interesting. When you go down here, you can click gallery and actually look at the car, all the pictures. So that's pretty nice to see. It gives you a better feel than just looking at a generic thumbnail. So let's go back over to the Charizard and see if they have the pictures of that yet. Is there a gallery button? Maybe when they debut it, they'll show it. Let's go right here. Gallery coming soon. All right, so no gallery there. Let's go down to that fossil box. Let's look at that condition of that box on the gallery side. So another thing, buying and selling shares of these products will be treated just like selling stocks, basically. You will get tax documents if you make profit. I'm sure they handled all the legality of that. So there was only 931 investors, 21,000 invested. Here's the gallery. Here's the box. These pictures are really high def. They almost look fake, but yeah. pretty good seal there. So they store all this. It says Rally Warehouse. So that's kind of where we're at. So my portfolio, I have $200 in there that I'm just gonna get ready to put into future Pokemon stuff. So that's basically the Rally app. Now let me bring up the Handcam and just let me show you guys what the app looks like. So it's Rally Road. I log in right here. Whoa. So they have a Clemente bat coming up. Explore that trading opened this morning at 9:30. Or yesterday, today 9:30. Explore 100% fun. I don't even understand how it's possible. It's not even 9:30 yet. Who knows? But yeah, they have stuff all day long. So it's kind of like you got to really be on it. So look, Shakespeare's coming today. So you can click that. Here is what I'm interested in. Click this up here. Divides them in. I'm interested in the Charizard private coming soon. So I'm going to give you a whole history timeline of the item, just to like pump you up and give you a description. Oh, Logic bought one for 220K. Another one sells December 20th for 350. Just make sure you have those notices on. Adding money to your account, pretty simple. You just like link your bank account and everything else. Not too bad. So next we're going to go over to Collectable, where I've had a little more experience. Now their site is not the same as Rally. You can't really log in here that I could see. They're only doing sports cards so far, and they are following the same method where they're just opening up trading for a limited period of time. Right now they have a option where they're opening up pre-bids where you can put your bid and ask out, and then they're going to have a power hour where it'll actually match all the bids and asks together, and you can place live bids and asks. So you can go on right now and see they're putting the Jordan up for sale, and the Jordan is got a ton of bids and asks on there you can look at. So let me show the hand cam again here on this. So the Michael Jordan, it says up 0%. It debuted at $10 a share, and there's a bunch of bid and ask on the actual thing. So I placed a bid for 75 just to see. Come on, phone. There we go, 75 just to see. Awaiting a seller. You can view all the bids and asks. I'm on the low end here. People are, this is asking prices. And down here is the buy it now prices. So I'm still in the middle. So these people are like lowballing. Like nobody's going to sell it at $9.75. That was under the last thing. I'm right at matching the lowest ask from a seller. So that's opening up soon. Now here in my portfolio, I have the Mickey Mantle PSA 8. I have the Tom Brady. I got the Zion and the Giannis. So I have like a couple shares of each. What I really wanted to show here is the shareholders got to vote to cash out. So there are a few cards, let me see if I can find them, where profit has been taken. Let's see, featured. Now the most recent one, there was a Steph Curry that cashed out, is this Larry Bird and Magic. So they exited or sold for $720,000, which is 104% profit. So the shareholders voted to take whoever, they don't tell you who it is, came to them and said, I want to buy this card. And then I wanted to pay $720,000. So just reading that information there, it says, Collectible shareholders received and accepted buy offer for this Magic Bird Dr. J 1980s PSA 10 for $720,000 in a record-breaking price. The asset was offered on Collectible for $350,000 4 months earlier. 62% of shareholders on a pro-rata basis voted to accept this offer. So majority rules when it comes. So this is what I'm saying with the risk of buying this stuff is you get some shares of the Charizard. There's nothing to stop the people who are sourcing these items for selling. If Logic or whatever says I want to buy your Charizard for $500,000, if the shareholders vote, they want to take the profit. You're in for that ride. And I have not seen stuff sell to a third-party investor for less at this point, but it could come to a scenario if the market downturns where the Charizard goes to 250 that people want to cut their losses and get out, and you're subjected to that risk. So that's pretty much my experience so far. I have 4 different collectibles on the Collectible app. None of them have had buyout offers yet, but I've been tracking the other buyout offers. I do have I think one item is coming up for trade soon, so I'm going to dabble with that for trading one of my own items. I'm also trying to experience the trading option with buying a share of that Jordan. That's becoming like the most in demand item in the hobby. But if you are looking just for do something fun here, and say you own first edition base set Charizard, this is a way. I'm going to take my $200 and spread it across the Charizard and the Top Sun box coming out, and kind of update you guys as I go along. So like this Top Sun one, this is a little bit cheaper, 60K valuation. There's galleries coming soon. Details: $6 a share, 10,000 shares. Storage location says Raleigh, so that's kind of interesting. So this is 1997 Japanese box. So like I said earlier in the video, those are the risk. This is not financial advice, and this also, when people talk about like worrying about how Logan Paul, all that stuff affects you, this is what I see as like a bigger risk. Because think about it right here. If the collectible app and this app just keep buying stuff at record set pricing and turn around and just IPO it to us and be like, okay, I got $15 for a Charizard share. They are putting like the highest end prices out there, and this is really the risk you can't force people to sell, but a lot of this higher end stuff is going to end up in shares and very, very private collections. And it's a lot like that now, but like, I just feel like they could just endlessly keep this cycle going, especially if they're IPOing it at a higher price than they paid. Even if it's 10 grand on 350, they made 10 grand right off the bat by IPOing it to 5,000 people here on the app. So this is like, you just look how much they're pumping out. This is a lot of high-end collectibles just coming along, like just everything. So this is what I could see as one of the big risks to the high-end stuff. It's just privatization and splitting shares. And I don't know. I'm not that worried about it, but I just, like I said, because they have the platform to turn around and sell it for more by dividing, like, it's basically like, what do they call it? When you it's like fundraising basically by crowdsourcing. That's crowdsourcing what they're artificially paying prices because they're paying more to get it, and they're crowdsourcing it, which supports the price basis. So that is what I see. We're already almost at 20 minutes, so I didn't mean to ramble on that much. There's no referral links for any of these apps, so download them, install it, dabble, let me know how it goes. I'll try to make an update video. But should you buy shares, I would go with caution or just follow my journey. I'll keep you updated, and then we'll see if it's actually a worthwhile experience. As always, drop a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe. Stay tuned for future videos.